Okay, when I say the word skunk, what's the first thing that pops into your head? I'm gonna guess it's not their charming personality, right? But that infamous aroma is just one tiny piece of the story of a truly incredible animal. So for the next few minutes, let's try to look past the smell and get to know one of North America's most misunderstood creatures.
We all know that smell, for sure. But how much do we really know about the animal that makes it? Let's dive in and find out.
All right, first things first, let's get a proper introduction. This is the striped skunk. Its scientific name is Mephitis mephitis. And get this, that name is no accident. It's literally Latin for bad odor. You gotta love how direct scientists can be sometimes. Now, if you look at this chart, check out the family row. Mephidaea. You know, for the longest time, scientists thought skunks were just a funky kind of weasel. But then, genetic testing came along and proved they're so unique they needed their very own family, which they share with their cousins, the stink badgers. Yes, stink badgers are a real thing.
And what about that famous black and white coat? Well, it's not a fashion statement. It's a warning, a big, bold sign that says, "Stay away." And here's a cool little fact. Just like a human fingerprints, the exact pattern of those white stripes is completely unique to every single skunk. No two are alike.
And that adaptability doesn't stop with their looks. It's a huge part of their lifestyle, especially when it comes to finding a place to call home. These guys are true North American originals, and they are masters at making just about any place work for them. I mean, seriously, these guys are everywhere, from way up in southern Canada all the way down to northern Mexico. They're not picky either. Woodlands, farms, even your own backyard is perfect for them. And those big front claws, they're not just for decoration. They are master excavators, digging their own homes, or, even better, just moving into an abandoned burrow someone else already dug. Work smarter, not harder, right?
Okay, here's something a lot of people get wrong. Skunks don't actually hibernate. They enter a state called torpor. You can think of it like a super deep power nap to save energy. Their body temperature drops, their metabolism slows way down, but unlike a true hibernator, if there's a warm winter night, they have no problem waking up for a midnight snack.
And speaking of waking up for a snack, what's on the menu for a skunk? The short answer? Just about anything and everything. They are the absolute definition of an opportunist, and what they eat totally changes depending on the season.
So, in the warmer months, they're basically your lawn's worst nightmare, digging up all those tasty grubs and insects. They love them. But when winter hits and the bug buffet closes down, they get a little more creative. They'll hunt mice, raid bird nests for eggs, and munch on berries. And yeah, of course, they will absolutely help themselves to your garbage can if you leave it open.
And get ready for this, because this is a wild superpower. Skunks are pretty much immune to snake venom. Yeah, you heard that right. It lets them hunt and eat rattlesnakes. They're also resistant to bee stings and scorpion stings, which turns a lot of otherwise dangerous critters into just another meal.
Okay, it's time. We have to talk about the spray. It is, without a doubt, one of the most legendary defense mechanisms out there. But here's the thing you have to remember. For a skunk, spraying is always a last resort. They give you plenty of warning first.
See, a skunk really doesn't want to spray you. They'd much rather scare you off. First, you'll get some stomping with the front feet, maybe a hiss. If you don't take the hint, that big bushy tail goes straight up in the air. That's a huge red flag. Then they'll turn their back to you, and that is your absolute final chance to back away before things get smelly.
So what is this stuff, really? Well, it's this oily, nasty, yellowish liquid packed with these chemical compounds called thiols. And if you've ever smelled rotten eggs or garlic, yeah, that's the same family of chemicals, just 1,000 times more powerful. And it sticks to absolutely everything.
And they're not just spraying wildly, oh no, they are sharpshooters. They can aim and fire that stuff with incredible precision from up to 15 feet away. 15 feet!
So why all the warnings? Why is spraying such a last resort? Well, because their ammo is limited. After about 5 or 6 good sprays, they're running on empty. And it can take almost 2 weeks to fully recharge, leaving them totally defenseless. So for them, it's a really big deal. But survival isn't just about defending yourself and finding food, right? It's also about making sure there's a next generation. And for skunks, that whole process starts when it's still cold outside.
Things get going between February and April. The males, well, they're not exactly winning any Father of the Year awards. After mating, they're out. The female skunk kicks them out of the den and takes on the entire job of raising the young, the kits, all by herself.
The kits are born totally helpless, blind, deaf, the whole 9 yards. But they grow up so fast. And this part is just mind-blowing. They can actually produce their own musk at just 8 days old. That's 2 weeks before their eyes even open. By about 2 months, they're marching behind their mom in a perfect little line, learning how to find food, and by 5 months, they're ready to start their own lives. So because these guys have gotten so good at living in our world right alongside us, we're bound to run into them. So let's wrap this up with some real-world advice on how to live peacefully with our striped neighbors and what to do if things don't go so peacefully.
And really the most important advice, like this from Mass Wildlife, is super simple. Just stay calm. If you see one, don't freak out, don't make any sudden moves, just talk to it softly, slowly back away, and give it some space. Once it sees you're not a threat, it's more than happy to just go about its business.
But okay, let's say the worst has happened. Your dog, or heaven forbid you, got sprayed. First things first, forget the tomato juice. It's a total myth. It just makes you smell like a skunky salad. This recipe is the real deal. The chemistry of the peroxide and baking soda actually breaks down and neutralizes those stinky thiol compounds, getting rid of the smell instead of just trying to cover it up.
So when you put it all together, they're expert diggers, amazing survivors, incredible mothers. They've found a way to thrive in a world that we've completely changed. Doesn't it feel like it's time we saw the skunk as more than just, well, a bad smell?